So welcome everyone here into the third space tonight. Last week was the 10th anniversary of the third space and the third space community. That was pretty exciting. Great to have these um, opportunities to be together and to spend some time heart to heart and in the company of one another and the divine. So welcome, thanks for coming and thanks for being here whenever you're joining us. Tonight, our meditation is going to have a focus on knowing who we are. And in knowing who we are, knowing that we do not need to be anxious about anything. We don't need to have fear of an imagined future. And we don't need to worry about what has been, what has passed. But in knowing who we are, we can rest in this present moment, assured that we are loved. So as we begin our practice today, we're going to just begin with a few moments of just pondering for a little minute before we actually get into the practice. And what I would like us to do, and I am going to pause the recording in a minute so that people who are watching later can also pause. But what I'd like us to do is just for a moment, allow the things that are worrying us, which is the things that have been already, things in the past, or things that we've been grieving over, and our anxieties, which are our fears of an imagined future. That's what anxiety is. It's fear of an imagined future. So let's just take a moment now to not fight the thoughts of worry or grief or anxiety, but let's allow them just to bubble up. So I'm just going to pause the recording here. So as we've taken a moment now to just allow those thoughts to immerse us and we think about them, or maybe they haven't immersed us, but they've just bubbled up. We're going to, during this practice, allow them to be released from our mind, from our thinking of this present moment. So let's just begin our practice now by getting into a physically comfortable position. You might like to shake your hands, give your arms a little bit of a neck, a bit of a roll, shoulders, but just getting physically comfortable. Transitioning into a posture where you can genuinely and truly release and let go physically, where if you're uncomfortable with pain in a particular part of your body, getting as comfortable as you can so that that's not calling for your attention. We're going to begin with some gratitude. So breathing in, I breathe in thankfulness. Thankful for the breath, breathing out. Maybe saying it in your mind or out loud. I am thankful for my breath. I am thankful for my body. Breathing in. I am thankful for my mind. Breathing in. I am thankful for my heart. Breathing in. I am thankful for my will that I can choose with. Breathing in. I'm thankful for this day. I am thankful for this hour. Breathing in, I am thankful for this moment. Breathing it in, I am thankful for this moment. In this moment, it is the eternal now. The eternal now. All that has gone before comes to this time. All that is ahead comes to this moment. In this moment, I am loved. I am loved with an everlasting love in this moment. In this moment, nothing can separate me from the love of the one who created me. Nothing. Nothing can separate me. Not the past. Not the grief that has come in the past. Not the worry of things in the past. Nothing can separate me from the love that God has for me. No fear can separate me. Here in the eternal now, in the present moment, no fear can separate me from that love. No fear, no imagined future. No imagined future, no fear of an imagined future can separate me. In the eternal now, we are loved with an everlasting love by the one who formed us. By the one from whom that spark of life came. The knitting together in my mother's womb. That deep and tender love that knows no end. Nothing can separate me from that. I pause here in this present moment, noticing or remembering the worries, grief, and anxiety I was thinking about before. I notice those thoughts. Perhaps I am giving them permission now to rise up in my mind. As I do that, not resisting them, but allowing them to flow through the mind and into the safe hands of the one who loves me with an everlasting love. Maybe I notice that thought, and in my imagination, gently placing it into the hands of my Creator, one at a time. The big ones, the little ones, one by one, every worry, every grief, every disappointment, every anxiousness, nervousness, fear or concern of the future. I place in the tender hands of the one who can hold them, and I leave them there. And as I release them, I take a deep breath, breathing in the breath of this present moment. Breathing in. With each breath out, I release that which does not serve me any longer. The tension in my shoulders, I release. I breathe out. My body has been carrying my worry, my grief, my disappointment, my fear of the imagined future. My body carries it, so now I release it. I let my body come into rest, into sacred stillness. Releasing all of the muscles and micro muscles in my face, noticing the ones that are uncomfortably tight. Releasing my jaw, the skin over my forehead and over the bridge of my nose. My mouth. I allow it to rest. I allow my internal gaze to drop down to my lungs, to my chest. Noticing the rise and fall with every breath. Imagining or perhaps perceiving the very beating of my heart. I quieten my internal voice that I might sense the heartbeat of life within me. Holding a posture of gratitude. Gratitude for the spirit of life that breathes in me and through me. Thankful for the very heart that beats. As my body breathes almost of its own accord, I rest. Perhaps I allow my body to move back into the chair. Perhaps metaphorically, leaning back into the arms of one who loves me with an everlasting love. These arms are safe. A love so deep it's without end. Being poured into our hearts and minds, into every fiber of our being. Every fiber of our being. There are words of an ancient prophet who spoke about this and who reminds us that the one who formed us, that the one who made us, has redeemed us, has called us by name, has called me by name, has called you by name. You are known, I am known, we are known, we are loved. And we are reminded that when we pass through the waters of life, that our Maker is with us. And that when we walk through the rivers of life, they will not overwhelm us. That when we walk through the fire, through the difficulties and challenges of life, that we will not be burned by them or scorched even. no worry, no grief, no disappointment, no fear, no fear of an imagined future will overwhelm me or you. We stay here in this present moment, in the eternal now, knowing that we are loved with an everlasting love. Breathing in the breath of life, breathing out that which is not serving us. Allowing the quietness of thought, allowing the stillness of our bodies, allowing shalom, the peace that surpasses all understanding, to flood our heart. As we sit in this place of knowing that we're loved, as we quieten our mind and our thought consciousness, just letting the thoughts go. Like an autumn leaf drifting down to the earth, we allow our awareness of our very being, of our spirit, to come. We allow our awareness to drop down to our spirit, to that spark of life within us, and allowing our awareness of our spirits to expand, growing, that part of the eternal one within us. Allowing our awareness, our spirit to expand. What a beautiful thing. What a precious thing to be aware of our spirit, the part of us that connects to divine love, that is part of divine love, that part of us which is divine love in us. Loved with an everlasting love. Safe. Nothing can separate us from the love that God has for us. Nothing. No fear of an imagined future can separate us. No fear. We are safe in the embrace of everlasting love. Allowing every part of us, our body, our soul, our mind, our will, our emotions, our spirit, soaking in divine love. Breathing it in. Breathing it in. Resting in the sacred stillness. Rest. Rest. Be at peace, my friends. Shalom.